Hello Facebook friends, how's everybody doing today? How is Maria, Mike Ishmael, Mo Nasser, David Sayward, how's everybody doing today? I am stuck in traffic on my way to my listing appointment in Macomb, and then I've got a private inspection in Utica, and I just thought, I haven't gone on camera in a little bit, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. For those of you who watch me and like me, I hope that it's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyways, so I was just trying to think of what topic would I want to talk about today. That's something that I have not talked about in maybe a long time, or I haven't talked about at all. For those of you that are listing your home and getting photos taken, these are the things to avoid when the photographer or the realtor is coming to take pictures. And I'm going to tell you, some people get photographers, and some realtors get a photographer because they're not good at taking photos, and some realtors like myself take great photos and don't get photographers. So it just depends on how good you are at taking them and how good you are at photoshopping and cleaning and cropping and all that stuff that needs to be done with the photo. Because at the end of the day, a photographer takes a picture and then photoshops it. And if you know something about photography, you don't need to have a great camera. You just need to know the angles that you take when taking photos. So if you notice, a lot of realtors or photographers will take a picture of a room, and it'll be half the room, kind of like half a wall. And I don't understand why somebody would want to see a half a wall. So I would say, it's not the camera, it's not the Photoshop, it's the angle. That's the most important thing for buyers to look at when they are, looking online. Because if you're looking at a house and the most important thing is all the walls, ceiling, and floor need to show, and that is more important than the type of camera or the photoshopping that you do. But if the whole wall and the ceiling and the floor shows, and by the way, I'm stopped and stuck in traffic, so that's why my hands are free. If those show, then the next step is getting the light inside the house, the lights inside the house turned on, obviously. Make sure some lighting from outside shows. Open up the drapery, the curtains, the blinds. And then also, another thing would be something good to do is Photoshop the pictures. So when you take these photos, you still need to, even though they're nice, vibrant pictures, or it's a bright house, you still need to Photoshop the picture, not to a point where it looks fake or it doesn't look real. And you've seen some photos online where the house looks like a magazine, then you go there like, what the heck is this? That you don't want to do. You don't want a property where the photographer is photoshopping it so much it almost looks cartoonish, and then you get there as a buyer or as a buyer's agent, and you're like, this is not the same house we've seen online. Kind of like, glamour shots, or the magazines. You look at these actresses in their magazines and you see them in person, you're like, that's not the same person. One real estate coach, Mike Ferry, said one time, make sure the picture on your card looks like the person at the door and not like somebody else. But yeah, so I'm all about photoshopping, but not overdoing it. Because I Photoshop my photos, I just try not to overdo it so it don't look fake and like cartoonish. So if you are going to take pictures, make sure you're taking the right angles. For the sellers, this right now is for the sellers. If you know a photographer is coming or your realtor is coming to take pictures, get rid of the stuff on top of the countertops. Get rid of all the magnetic things and pictures and cartoons things or drawings you have on your refrigerator. Take out the top of the refrigerator, cabinet, countertop stuff. That's the kind of stuff. I'm in Nimi. You're always looking for attention. Fix my tie. My tie is always fixed. Okay? Did I give you props? If anybody wants to buy or sell a house, do not call Ahmed Nimi. Call me. Anyways, where was I at? Now you threw me off. So yeah, so in the bedrooms, make sure none of the dressers have stuff on your dressers. I mean, water bottle, clock. The less is more. So the less stuff you have on your counters, on your dressers, the better the photo goes. Because the buyers want to see the house based on just simple furniture, and they want to envision the house based on their stuff, not your stuff. In the basement, make sure there's enough lighting on. If there is any burned light bulbs, make sure they're working, because when you're taking photos, if there's burned light bulbs, if there's water bottle on a dresser, if there's all your colognes and perfumes on a dresser in your bedroom, if there's laundry showing in the picture, you don't want the buyers to see that stuff. That stuff is your stuff, not stuff that needs to be on the internet or for buyers and buyers agents to see. If your mulch on the front yard looks bad, go get new mulch. If your garden needs cleaning, clean it. If your grass needs to be cut it before photos. A good example, a perfect example, I've got a property that I listed for $650,000 that was supposed to be, photos were supposed to be taken today. I called the photographer, said don't go. Now this is a big house. On this one, I hired a photographer because we're gonna do drone video and all this other stuff on it. So I told them don't go because I know today's weather is rain, so I rescheduled it for tomorrow afternoon on a nice sunny day. That's another thing. You don't want to be taking pictures on a cloudy, rainy day and then put that on the internet. If we have to wait a day or two, fine. If we need to wait a week or two, fine. Just make sure that on the photo day, it's a nice, vibrant, sunny, clear day, and make sure that when they come take photos, the house is decluttered and cleaned, the lights are working, your stuff is not laying around. If you have to move things from one room to another, I've done that many times. The other day, I took out pictures of a house. I myself took the stuff off the kitchen counters, and in the kitchen nook there's stuff everywhere, and I moved them out of the way, put them in the hallway, and the seller was watching me do it, and then I took the picture, and then I moved them all back, and the seller helped me. If it takes moving things out of the way for a photo, move it out of the way for a photo. And it's even better not to put it back, because remember, we live in our houses comfortably. When we're selling, we got to live in them uncomfortably. So I hope these tips helped. If you want to throw clutter and your stuff inside the garage, put it in the garage. Is better than having it in the basement or in the house. I think I covered everything, right? Okay. Hope these tips helped. If you have any other questions or want more information, feel free to call me 313-718-5000. Al Abdallah, eXp Realty. And if you are interested in knowing more about eXp, call me. All right. Thank you very much. Make it a great day.